Well, I hope whoever's vehicle that is gets that message and goes and moves it. That is extremely important. Back to action in the ring. Enzo Maccarinelli just staying loose in the blue corner. Dmytro Kucher over in the red corner. And this is a delay that neither fighter will want here, but this is, as I say, this is critical.
Registration KR11UYP. You must remove your car immediately. You're blocking the ambulance. It has to be moved.
It quite simply does have to be moved. In fact, Nick Blackwell is sitting about 10-15 yards away to our left-hand side, and he's looking in fantastic health. I was there that night at Wembley. I was ringside when he collapsed in the ring after the fight against Chris Eubank. I saw the ambulance leave. We knew it was bad at that point. I never imagined that such a short space of time afterwards that he would be ringside at a fight looking as well as he does. And that is because he received the best possible care, which involves, Barry, the ambulance being able to get you to hospital as fast as it can.
When things happen, fatalities happen, it's time critical, that's for sure. There's enough boxes in this room. Why don't we just all go outside and just physically move it ourselves? I am bang up for that.
There is definitely enough muscle. There is enough firepower in here to get that done.
If you need muscle, I'll stay on my chair then.
But in terms of this delay for the two fighters here, these two are seasoned, experienced campaigners, but this is not exactly what you want to happen. And one thing we noticed about Kucher, actually, we're just looking at Maccarinelli now, just staying loose, staying focused. Just look at that right knee, just underneath the right knee.
Cruiserweight Championship.
He's got that strapping on there, Kucher. I'm no expert, so I couldn't tell you exactly what that is intended to do. Maybe it will play a part throughout the course of the fight. Maybe it won't, but there we go. The bell has gone. Enzo Maccarinelli in the Welsh shorts. Dmytro Kucher in the silver.
Everything's got to be sharp here for Enzo. Oh, good jab. But the jab, you've got to come back sharp, though. Kucher's a pretty good counter puncher as well. Good timing himself, so Enzo got to be nice and sharp. Everything come back to a safe position.
Two fighters just exchanging jabs. Kucher balanced.
Well, Kucher's jab got a little bit more weight behind it because it's solid. He just turns the shoulder, turns from the waist with it.
Jabs the body from Maccarinelli. Always quite hard to read Eastern European fighters, Russian fighters. When you talk to them, often through an interpreter, it's difficult to get a kind of handle on what's going on with them mentally, but they're always very strong in that area, so I don't think travelling over here would have bothered him in the slightest.
See what Kucher though, he brings that jab back pretty slow, and I tell you what, he brings it back to the chest. If I was Enzo, I'd sort of, I know it's a solid jab, I'd almost try and slip it to the, put your head to the left and then fire that right hand over the top.
Steve mentioned that defeat, that disputed defeat to Ilunga Makabu, who of course we saw beaten by Tony Bellew recently. Very tight on the cards, majority decision. He's at 15 months out after that. Couple of wins, then fought for this title against Bilal Lagoon last October. That was a draw. Nice work with the jab there from Maccarinelli. Kucher just...
Well, they both want the other one to fire first, don't they? They both want a counter punch.
Exactly, Kucher just fainting with that front foot a little bit, just stamping that foot down, that toe down, trying to draw something from Maccarinelli. Good double jab there, or two single jabs in quick succession from Maccarinelli.
Kucher's lining up that right hand, you can see it. I think Enzo can see it too, that's why he just held fire for a while.
Oh. Good left hand there from Kucher, and Maccarinelli was unsteady on his legs and he's down. Good 1-2 there from Kucher, and Maccarinelli is down. And I think that is probably that. I'm afraid to say it, but he's never going to get back to his feet from that. He's been caught in the first round. Gary Lockett is waving the towel anyway. This fight is over. Enzo Maccarinelli has been stopped in the first round. Dmytro Kucher has come here and done the most clinical job, and it was a very, very clean couple of blows. You could see the legs go immediately, Barry, and from the way he went down, you just knew that he wasn't going to be able to get back up.
To be honest, that's Enzo going down there. That's like Enzo going down in every time he's gone down, throwing a left hook of his own. That's what happens with Enzo. You know, he so wants to hurt you that he throws a big left hook. He's in close, but Kucher was staying nice and controlled, didn't panic, you know, and he was just a little bit neater. And because Enzo's left hook's a little bit wide, Kucher got there first, and that was the case. Whoever landed first, and it was Dmytro Kucher.
Well, the doctor just checking Maccarinelli out, and jubilation in the Kucher camp. Trainer Anatoly Gavrilov has been with him from the start since he was 11 years old, and here's where it happened.
Yeah, see, there again, how many times have we seen that with Enzo? Just drops the right hand a little bit. He didn't do too much wrong, just he's got so much power, Enzo. He wants to knock you out when he throws a left hook. So he swings a little bit wide. Could just stay nice and controlled, to be fair to him. Kept his concentration. And the second left hook was a great finish, but Enzo was already hurt by that stage. And it's just, listen, these big cruiserweights, they can all bang, and you know, you take a gamble, that's what happens.
Well, unfortunately it has happened, and easy to say this now, but maybe after that first left hand, when he looked a bit unsteady, he looked a bit rocked, he could possibly have dropped to a knee, but that's 20/20 hindsight I'm employing there. And then he was just so accurate with the follow-up there, Kucher.
The thing that I call him the new Enzo is that he needs a couple of rounds just to build that confidence in a fight, and once he got that, he started, as we've seen with Over Mackenzie in the second fight, once he got that confidence after the first couple of rounds, he starts to flow, and he needed that, and then he would have been maybe got into the fight. But it's hard to say how good Kucher is, because we didn't see enough of him. What we've seen is that, like all cruiserweights, he can punch, and he kept his shape a little bit better than Enzo, and maybe that was the difference. And
well, he was ranked 9th for the WBC, 12th for the WBO before this. Over Mackenzie, I'm sure, will want to crack at him. Over Mackenzie ringside wanted the winner of this fight without any doubt about it, and both fighters just been called to the centre of the ring. It's a bitter pill to swallow, a very difficult one to take for Enzo Maccarinelli, that's for sure. And where now for him?
It's hard. It's hard to see where he goes. But how many times have we said this about Enzo? You know, maybe it's time to call it a day, and he's come back to surprise us. That's his decision to make. You know, he's a grown man. He's a sensible, intelligent person. I tell you what, though, Kucher coming into it's almost the lion's den, an intimidating atmosphere against a former world champion, didn't care. You've got to give him that credit. He was ice cold, came out and done a really good job.
Ladies and gentlemen, at 2 minutes 48 seconds of the first round, the contest has been stopped. The winner by technical count-out, and now the new European Cruiserweight champion from Kiev, Ukraine, Dmytro Kucher!
Well, as you say, Barry, kudos to Dmytro Kucher, because to come away from home, long camp, change of opponent, all sorts of things really that counted against him, and to produce that kind of